Education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. We are from Quality Education Group,
and these are our team members. The title of our assignment is Teachers' Acceptance in Delivering Quality Education During COVID-19 Pandemic.
In the year 2020, witnessed the world put into pause when the COVID-19 pandemic hits, and Malaysia too had 156 weeks of school closures where teaching and learning did not take place due to the MCO. And because of this, online platform teaching and learning has taken over, and the highlight of delivering quality education relies heavily on the teachers. If you go back to the UNESCO's intention of teachers' empowerment, it has to take into account their performance expectancy, social influence, technology anxiety, effort expectancy, work engagement, and trust that will actually directly impact teachers' behavioral intention in accepting and using distance learning technology. Okay, this study will look at 5 objectives to adopt the unified theory of acceptance and use of technology, to measure the acceptance of technology among teachers in delivering quality education, to identify the level of performance expectancy, the level of effort expectancy, the level of social influence, and the level of facilitating conditions. A quantitative approach is adopted in which the survey is conducted to examine the acceptance of technology, and the sample chosen is stratified by gender and proportionate with the number of teachers who participate in the study.
Considering the background of the study, the present study intends to contribute to United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 4, which is quality education. It started when World Health Organization (WHO) declared pandemic due to COVID-19 since 2020. It created constraints to achieve the SDGs by this period and create the urgency to continuous education without discrimination. According to UNESCO, to control the spread of coronavirus, most of the countries around the world have closed the educational institutions temporarily, and 3.8 crores of world students are being badly affected by this closure. Consequently, Ministry of Education Malaysia execute catch-up plan as an intervention to enhance quality education. It is undeniable that to continue academic activities even in global lockdown, online platform has got much popularity for providing education to all. Since education is a lifelong process, it is mandatory to continue education to acquire knowledge, and teachers are responsible in students' learning and well-being to achieve Goal 4 of SDG, which is quality education by 2030.
All educators right now are in a pickle. We were so used to face-to-face teaching before pandemics. Transitioning online in such a short period of time is really tricky. One day we were in school, and the next day the whole world was kind of flipped upside down. It has been stated that more than 50% of the student population around the world has been affected by the school closure during the COVID-19 pandemic. For teachers, the shift to online education has meant rethinking lesson plans to fit a very different format. Even though an online platform was suggested as to ensure lesson continuity takes place by the Ministry of Education during the pandemic, however, the reality is far from the expected result. Since the students' mastery in curriculum content is not up to the expected level, the outcome in terms of quality of education, be it the method or effectiveness, has been questioned, especially by parents and administrators. Yes, PISA has good empirical data on access to education, but has not given importance to data in regards to quality education. Thus, this is why we are conducting this study, which is to find out what has been stated in the research objective.
Now let's talk about the research objectives for the study. We have 5 research objectives. The first research objective would be to adapt the unified theory of acceptance and use of technology, which we call the UT-AUT scale, to measure the acceptance of technology among teachers in delivering quality education. Now, second objective for the study would be to identify the level of performance expectancy among secondary school teachers. And also, the third research objective would be to identify their level of effort expectancy. Fourth research objective would be to identify the level of social influence among secondary school teachers. And the final research objective would be to identify the level of facilitating conditions among the secondary school teachers.
As for literature review, our readings and reviews are based on three aspects: teachers' acceptance, deliverance of quality education during pandemics, and what is meant by quality education. Here we are presenting studies by researchers. On teachers' acceptance, generally teachers accept the deliverance of quality education during pandemic with multiple conditions and challenges. On deliverance of quality education during a pandemic, mostly teachers and students have knowledge and aware of online technology to enable communication and education take place. And finally, quality education defined by UNESCO as ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all and made it Sustainable Development Goals number 4.
Hi, let me continue with our research methodology. Our study is conducted using quantitative method by using extended version of Untitled model instrument. This instrument is already been validated. For the sampling method, we use stratified sampling method. 384 sample size is based on Kersey-Morgan table. For data analysis, we will conduct descriptive statistic, t-test, and for inferencing, one-way ANOVA will be used to identify significant difference between groups. Next, I will move on to recommendation. Similar studies can be conducted among instructors in higher learning facilities such as colleges and universities. Besides that, another instrument, which is IILPAGC instrument, also can be used to identify the same criteria. Lastly, a qualitative study such as interview also can be conducted to further understand teachers' acceptance in delivering quality education. Thank you.